this week's writing hack, I suggest that you scrutinize your emails carefully for two statements that start with the pronoun I. The first is, I wanted to tell you that, and the second is, I'd like to. Let me explain why both of these statements can be problematic. I wanted to tell you that is the equivalent of somebody stepping up to the microphone to make an announcement, and instead of just making the announcement, they start with some throat clearings. In an email, people really have little tolerance for any extra words, so that's one reason in itself to eliminate that phrase from your writing. And I picked up that tip years ago from Ron Blick, B-L-I-C-Q, who's written a number of books on business writing, particularly on report writing. So Blick, I believe, argues that you should cut that out because of just the extra padding, the extra words. But I think there's a deeper reason to avoid that phrase, and that is when you start an email with the letter I, where's the focus? It's all about you, the writer. And what you want to do with your emails is from the get-go, make it really clear that it's all about your reader. The more that you can show your reader that you are writing with their best interests in mind, the more easy it will be for you to cultivate trust and get the reader to do whatever it is you want them to do as a result of reading your email. So watch out for, I wanted to tell you that. The second statement that I'd suggest that you avoid is, I'd like to. Why is this problematic? Well, it's problematic when it's used in a certain way. I often see it in sales-related emails. So somebody will say something like, I'd like to set up an appointment with you next Tuesday so we can go over the such and such. Well, the problem there is, yes, it does sound confident and forceful, but if I'm reading this as the reader, do I really care what you want or what you'd like to do? Probably not. So what I'm more interested in is, what will I get from this meeting? And so rather than just saying, I'd like to do such and such, you can certainly request a meeting, but what I would suggest is first spelling out what it is that the reader will get from the meeting, and then ask for the meeting, suggest a meeting time, and say, does one of those dates work for you? So that's an equally forceful, confident, forward-moving approach, but the focus isn't on you, the writer. It's on the reader. And that's where your focus has to be from the beginning of an email to the end if you really want to build this very collaborative relationship that builds trust and ultimately makes things happen. If you found this video helpful, I'd encourage you to subscribe to my channel. And you might also want to click on the notification bell because that will let you know every time I post a new video with another one of these weekly tips.